Welcome to the former site of Weighton Station, Podgers. We're at the beginning of the Hudson Way, just over there. The Hudson Way is the start of the old railway from Hull through to York that was closed during the beaching cuts in the 60s. And we're starting to walk here, and it'll take us on a journey through time back to the 1500s. My grandfather worked here as a porter in the 60s, and I have the last two tickets to be taken at this station. I'll show you what I have got of my grandfather's. Yeah, so we're starting the journey here. It's a walk along the railway line. The Hudson line is following the route of that railway, and it joined up to the line through to Selby, onto Doncaster and beyond. It was one of the major junctions in this area. So yeah, all this used to be the yard, the freight yard, and on the far side is where the coal bunkers were that used to fuel up the trains, etc. But as you can see, there's not a lot here to see. Just some old goalposts and things, and the football pitches that haven't been used in decades by the looks of things. It's all changed a lot. So we'll go a bit further and head our way up to Kipling Coats is where we're heading for today. It's only a couple of miles up the line, and I'll see you there. What we find, Bodgers, is history literally under your foot, under your feet. Can you see that? Probably a telegraph post, large metal post with big brackets here. It's everywhere. Here we still have remnants of a signal that would have stood up here with a large flag on that will signal when it's safe to go under the bridge we've just passed under. We're sat here, two big bolt holes right the way up. Again, history just off to the side, literally a couple of feet away from the railway line. We've got what looks to be some sort of plinth for a signal, or maybe a roof or something, who knows. My granddad might have known. Anyway, moving on. And drive to the water. So this is St Helens Well, as you'll have seen on the board back there. When I was a lad we used to do cross-country running from here. My school isn't so far away. When you got thirsty you used to come to St Helens Well, wash your face, have a drink and carry on with the cross-country, or have a sly fag, whichever. Anyway, you take a look at that. So this is Kipling Court Station. Signal box. Now has art in it, I believe. See upstairs? Somebody, is there a painting studio? Up here would have been where the signalman was. All these big levers, pulling them all about, changing the tracks. And as we go up further, see the platform. So this I believe is an old engine shed and is home to Kipling Coates Furniture. I'll leave a link in the description to those guys. Here it used to be called Granny's Attic when I was a lad. I think they changed the business name. It's a business that's been here since the 1950s. Or established since the 1950s, because obviously in the 1950s this was still an operational station. So we'll go a bit further and see what else we can find. So here, still got the original platform. This is the one that would have taken you down to Market Weighton. That way. And then on this side, this would have been the train that would lead you back all the way to Beverley and Hull. And this is the station master's house and the station. Now a private residence, I believe. Lots of the old fittings you see up on the wall. That's the telegraph. Near the camera there, look. That's for the old telegraph. It would have been here. It goes somewhere. So you've still got fittings that are left, being for signals or for the telegraph itself, along the side. And your brickwork, all immaculate. This would have been a goods loading yard here. So all the farmers would have fetched all their produce. All the farmers would have fetched all their produce and loaded either side, mainly to go to Hull. Hence why this one's a little bit larger, because it'd go to the docks and get exported. More fixtures. So if you want to see more of this, you want to see us catch the train here and go to Hull, or catch a train from that side and go to Market Weighton and beyond, put it down in the bleep loops underneath. Let me know if you want to see more of this. But go back, get a bit of sunlight, and we'll have a little bit of a chat. It's going. So yeah, that's been a walk from Market Weighton through to Kipling Court Station along the old railway line that went from Beverley to Market Weighton. Market Weighton was the hub where two lines crossed, and it's known as the Hudson Way. Hudson is the chap who actually put the railway line in, so what better name for it. But while we're at Kipling Court Station, one thing that Kipling Courts is famous for is the Kipling Courts Derby, the oldest horse race in the world, I think, but definitely the UK. Kipling Courts Derby has been going since 1519, and a little quirk in the rules of the Kipling Courts Derby, it's a steeplechase across the countryside, across to nearby Loughborough. I think the course is about 5 miles, maybe a bit less. One of the weird quirks about it, well, there's several. The rules are that a horse and a rider, the rider must not weigh over 10 stone, must ride this course every year. At least one rider, one horse. Because if they don't, then the horse race has to stop and cease and never be run again. So come hell or high water, on the third Thursday in March every year since 1519, at least one person has gone round the course, whether it's riding or leading the horse. Because if it doesn't, that's it. That tradition stops. So it's just over 500 years that this race has been going. And some of the quirks of this is that you have to go down to the post office. I think it's now in Market Weighton. You go down to the post office and you pay 25 pence to enter the race. Now, depending on how many people race, the winner gets a certain amount of the money, and that's fixed. Can't remember how much that is, I'll put it in here. But if you come second, you get whatever is left of the entrance money. And if you get a lot of people that enter at 25 pence, it might be that if you came second, you actually win more money than the person who came first. Weird, innit? But yeah, come snow, rain, sun, whatever it is, that third Thursday for 500 years, somebody has set off from just literally a few yards away, all the way through to Loughborough every year, just to keep this tradition alive. I think it's things like that that need saving, innit? You know, so we've gone from 1965, when Market Weighton station and this whole line here was closed by the beaching cuts. That's something you can Google if you're a bit younger and don't remember those. You can Google those and see what all that's about. All the way back through to 1519. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description to a video of Market Weighton station, and I want you to keep an eye out for the porter. See if you see a family resemblance. That's my granddad. So yeah, follow the link, watch the video, and what you'll see is Market Weighton operating and then sadly closing in the 70s. It was the end of the railways as we know it. Kind of sad, really. If only somebody had had the idea to maybe run a train down here once a year, maybe on the third Friday of every March. Just keep the tradition going. Till next time, bodgers, I'll see you later. Take care of each other. and we'll see what we've got for you next week.